Hi guys, welcome to another Crypto EMC Bitcoin Trade for a Living podcast episode. So we've been tracking price now for the last, no, we've been doing this for forever, but looking at where we are, I think the important thing is where I left off with you guys on Monday was that my expectation is that price is going to remain below this $84,000 level. And at the moment you can clearly see that we're basically consolidating below that. So let's take this away. And now I want to share a crazy theory with you guys, because I think the next move is going to be exceptionally powerful and is going to bring us a lot of gains, because what we have is we've got really weakening momentum at the moment, and low market sentiment and participation, which normally spells for yet again a big moves like that. So this is going to be a crazy setup, and I marked it crazy for a reason, because it's almost going to go against anything and everything that you kind of would do when you trade. Especially want to try and trade for a living, and that's it. We normally want to buy good support areas, and then we want to try and break when market breaks out. Sell into resistance. But this time round, if we look at this pivot on the 4-hour is actually. And let's make this nice and big so you can see it. This pivot on the 4-hour is our current resistance range. So let's just do that and mark a resistance line. Put a resistance line in there. So there you have it. So let's do that. So it's just like a visual, area of what we have. But the setup that I want to try and do is to try and look at this zone as the buy, okay? To try and get at least price back to reach 87. Now there's some unfinished business there at around 87 at minimum. And I think if you take this setup on this basis and try and drive price in there, we might have a scenario where larger time frame we can come back and test at this, and you can add short. So you can use these gains to add to the short. Now, I don't have the exact zone for the next short setup and so forth, but I feel like that is the area. Now, to recap, we've been busy, okay? We've shorted, and they're all looking pretty at the moment. So you guys should be sitting in some good gains. And we longed up to a point where I said, well, stop at break even. So the market is clearly proven to you why stop at break even was supposed to be there. Okay, so let's take this brush strokes away, and then we zoom in a little bit more, and I'll give you a little bit more of a TA background of how to navigate and manage this. And then we're going to call it a day on the stream. So I'm just going to switch off all the setups that's been shared. Okay, and I am going to take away all this crazy annotations and leave you with a clean screen. Okay, so we do have our larger time frame analysis, and I think the critical key with the larger analysis is, as you can clearly see, is that the 4-hour for Bitcoin is still bearish. Okay, still bearish on that. So until that changes, we need to, you need to keep the shorts running. Okay, so you don't need to change anything regarding the shorts. The longs is to protect if we do get the bounce. So what I want to do is I'm going to change this now to an axis line extended, okay, because this is roughly where we are. And you can see why I mean that you should not necessarily abandon your shorts, okay? But the long is in anticipation that something like this could potentially happen, okay, on our path to 72K. Now, the important thing with this move is, as you can clearly see where we're at now, is we will run into hidden bearish divergence. And the area for the short, the strategy that I normally do is I would normally look for a continuation. So I'm going to look for hidden divergence, and that will be hidden bearish divergence, and that would be around 86. Okay, so the long ideas, if I bring back the setup, you can see it takes us right into that sell zone. And the area where I think the most probable zone for resistance is going to kick in, you can clearly see the market does move that. So you can try and be patient with the long, in anticipating that this is going to try and climb above the axis, okay, and try and move price in there so that we can, at this zone somewhere, hit the short. Now, what I typically do, guys, is I trade for a living, and I trade in the Discord with everybody. Okay, so there's channel sponsors in the video description, Blofin being one of our channel partners. So if you support the content, open your Blofin account today, okay? You head over to the Discord, okay? And you go and click on the little promotion page. You'll see basically all the benefits that comes to your, for getting the Blofin, you know, for opening and supporting the content. And in addition to that, it will give you access to the live trading chat rooms and some of the additional tools and tips and tricks that I use to navigate the market. Tricks like my buddy indicator. Let's quickly open the buddy indicator and let's look at what the indicator would have been doing for you in the last while. So the last setup that the indicator did on the 4-hour time frame was to give you a short. But the beautiful thing about the buddy indicator, it doesn't just give you buy and sell signals. What it does is it tells you, by overriding the bar colors, what kind of environment you're in, okay? So it immediately allows you to kind of set your sentiment. So that's why I say we're in a red environment. We're in a bear environment for BTC on the 4-hour. So we don't need to abandon those long-term swings. And part of this is you'll have access to the trade guide once you get the indicator. And there's a simple step-by-step button system that you can click and follow to help you know what to do with additional learn more informations, to explain to you what each of the colors mean and how to use the tool to the benefit. Now, I know a lot of you guys have already supported the content, but not necessarily claimed access. I see a lot of those, you know, if I go and have a look at, you know, everybody that signed up. So make sure to go over to the partnerships button. And if you have in the past, go and have a look at the deals that's there. And if you have supported the content, you don't have access to any of this, claim that access today. Don't let these tools to help you trade for a living go wasted. Okay. Then lastly, if you just want to outright join the sign up and join everything, it's just a once-off payment and you're part of my group forever. Okay. The guys are waiting for the next setup. You know, we've been going short this morning on the trading panel. And let's just quickly see where that short is going to. So we're already printing money there as well. So those are important things. So, you know, as I try and get in on the entries, analysis do fail. I mean, there was a bad one in conclusion. And funny enough, as soon as I go live, Discord always seems to do this to me. Oh, there it goes. But there's some nice victories in there. So we try and trade and try and hit the markets nicely. So be part of a community that ends up, you know, that works towards a common goal. We all want to just make money, guys. Okay. So in short, you know what to do. You know what tools you have to your advantage. And you have enough analysis to know what to look for. So although I'm in a short, that short is on a 15-minute, and the argument is that that TP is going to set me up for my long as well. If you want a tighter entry and so forth, you need to be in the group, because I need to wait for the candles to print before I can define a tighter, more highly leveraged entry for this long that I will be taking with you guys. Okay, over to the comments. Hello, Chris. Nice to see you. Do me a solid. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, share the content with people. You know, and Bronwyn, nice to see you here as well. Yeah, thanks for catching alive. Hello, buddy. Hello, Edu, Rune, Stanku, all of the OGs and regulars. Thanks, and nice to have you on the call. If there's any questions, drop them in the video comments. I will see if I can get to them. And further than that, head over to the Discord and come and trade with me, guys. Okay. What we can do is we can maybe, while we have a little bit more time left, let's play with the buddy indicator, and let me show you how this tool can help you on the 10 or on the 15 minutes. So very simple. It gives you these buy and sell boxes. Okay. They print into the future. So it's not like it's after the fact. So because a lot of indicators show you what you should have done beautifully. So I use this, and it's basically a way that you can look at this and have, where's my sell zone, and have a little bit of an idea. So this one had a very short-lived time in the sell zone. But regardless, at the end of this candle, it printed this box for you guys. It's a TP1 and expecting a little bit lower. So there's a continuation for this, and it's a strong bearish divergence. as per the setup. Okay, there it gave you an SO2, which is even more profitable, and stop there, TP1, TP2, TP3. So that one printed out nicely. And then from a long perspective, the strong bullish divergence said, if you could buy within that range, you would be good, which in this instance, the market has been quite cruel to you. Not all setups always go to the buy and the sell zones. That's the sad reality. The setup's been cruel to you because the market kind of front run you and didn't fill your entries. Full disclosure, guys, the indicator gives you about a 65% if you take all the setup success ratio. So there will be scenarios that goes against you. But yet again, that's why the trader guide is there, because the trader guide will basically, if you follow this before you take each trade, saying, are we bull or bear? The 4 hour is bear. Okay, it was red. Okay, what kind of environment are you buying? You're buying a greedy bear person trade, so you're buying continuation of a bearish trend, or you're buying the formation of a bearish trend, fear, greed, or you're buying a sideways market. You can click on those emotions, and if you don't know what that means, yet again, there's a learn mode. It kind of tells you how to think about those kind of things, and then it would tell you exactly what setups you need to look for. Simple as that. So it makes using the tool and navigating this so much easier, and it takes away some of this buying a top, because it's clearly bull markets. You don't want to try and look for this. You want to wait for that first, and so forth. So there you have it. So the tool is quite there, it's quite powerful, and all you need to do there is go and claim it. Go and claim it. There's a lot of Bybit, especially Bybit guys, that has not claimed the access. Okay, guys, you have a lovely day. Thanks so much for taking time with me. This afternoon, we'll be back. We'll be looking at HODL. We'll be looking at Ethereum. I think there's a few scared eyes out there, worrying what the hell is happening with these kind of coins. They're going through areas where we didn't want to see them go to. Let me just move that box back. Ethereum went through that extreme of the low. So is this thing going to dump harder and so forth? So I want to unpack that by looking at the analysis. We've got some more information regarding the Dixie and the investment side, the legacy side of things. So we're going to be looking at those things in this afternoon stream. So make sure to not miss out on that. Thanks so much, guys. You have a lovely day, and chat to you soon. Cheers.